why Dubai, why Mahe Dubai? Basically, it's very clear that one, in terms of Mahe Dubai, it's #1 private university as per the QS ranking. And if you, let's suppose if a student doesn't get admission in some of the top colleges in India, they can also look at Mahe Dubai campus. So it's one opportunity to have you at that campus. Second is basically there are students who want international exposure, international experience, but they don't want to go very far. So
Right.
this campus will give you, Dubai campus will show you that has the proximity from India. So you can go to this campus and you can study, get an international exposure, get an international experience. And you know, if for any small needs, if you want to come back to India, you are very close to India as well. So even that is that. And the most important part of this is basically the student can go even for evening programs. So you can go for evening programs, you can work, you can also basically study at the same time. So what lot of information, absolutely a lot of information that you shared. There are a few questions, basically, some in the chat box and some basically that has been sent to us earlier. I will cover the first chat box question. First, basically, you mentioned about the scholarship. So is scholarship available for both graduate as well as for undergraduate students?
Yes, the scholarship is available for UG as well as PG students. So scholarship, there are two categories basically. One is the merit-based scholarship. So if the student is having good academic records, as I told, has got good percentage of marks in his 10th, 12th, if he's applying for a UG program, and if he's applying for a PG program, if he has got good marks in his graduation, so he gets a scholarship awarded based on the percentage of marks that he has. But suppose if somebody is not having good percentage of marks, for those students also we have got a geo-based scholarship. So because it's an Indian university, though it is based out in Dubai, but it's an Indian university. So to support the Indian students, to give them that kind of a support so that they also don't miss out on moving on to a broad destination for studies, there is a scholarship of 20%, which is given to the Indian students. So if the student does not falls into the category of merit scholarship, still we will try to give him this scholarship for which is called geo-based scholarship, which is 20%. And if he is having good merit, good academic records, he can get a scholarship up to 30% in that category.
Perfect. So you have 30% as a merit-based scholarship. And if you are performing well in the first year, then you have an extended scholarship, which is where you can be given.
Correct. It will be continued to the next year as well.
Perfect. And if in case you have need-based basically scholarship, then there is a geo scholarship, which is 20% of the tuition fee of the first year. Perfect.
True. True.
I was going to ask the question. So basically, when you're talking about the scholarship, the first thing that comes in the student's mind is what is the tuition fee? So what is the tuition fee for the undergraduate, graduate? Are they same for the 7 disciplines that you talked about? Are the fees vary?
Okay. So I will just explain the things. Like for courses like I will just cover up for the courses which are very much in demand, for the courses which normally the students opt for. So one is MBA. We get maximum students for MBA program from India. So MBA, the tuition fee is like 36,750 dirhams per year. Okay, 36,750 dirhams per year. On that, the scholarship will be given to the student. So in case if the student gets 20% scholarship, so the fee will come down to 29,400 dirham per year. Okay. For UG courses, the fee is around 35,000 approximately 35,000 per year, roughly. Okay. So on that again the scholarship will be given, and accordingly the fee will be the scholarship will be deducted, and fee will be around 29,000 per year. So for UG and PG courses, for management courses particularly, the fee is almost same, but for BTech programs, the fee is a bit higher. Okay. For BTech, the fee will be around 40,000 dirham per year, 40,950 dirham per year. So on that, he will get the scholarship, and then accordingly, he will have to pay for the tuition fees.
Perfect. So if I could understand, for most of the programs, the fees would be around 29,000 AED, is it?
Yeah, 29 to 30,000 AED per year after scholarship.
Except BTech, which will be basically
around 32,000, you can say 32,000, 33,000.
Perfect. So around 32,000 could be for the BTech program.
Yes.
Now, you also mentioned about the evening programs, and this is very important because, when we are talking about study abroad, let's say study in US, study in Canada, we talk about 20 hours per week where students are allowed to work. So this concept of basically evening program goes along with that, student can work and also basically do that. So, how does the university helps in getting the jobs? Can the student come to the campus and then find a job and then later on shift to the evening program? Is it possible?
Okay, sir. So good question. Good question. Because I will also get a chance to cover up a lot of things in this question, which I missed out actually. So first thing, as you told that in other countries, maybe say Canada or UK, there is a limitation of hours for which the student can work in a week. For example, in Canada, they can work for 20 hours a week, right? Now in Dubai, there is no such limitation. Okay, so Dubai, the student can work full time during the day. So though it is called internship or part-time job, but actually the job is full time. So he can work full time during the day, normal office hours, 9 to 5 or 10 to 6, whichever is followed by the company, he will work accordingly. And the good thing of this is that the student gets proper white collar job because he will be working as a full-time employee of the organization. So it's not that he's there only for the 20 hours and next week he's there or not, nobody knows. So it's proper full-time job where the student is given employment and he works as a normal employee. Okay. That is first advantage, that he gets a white collar job. Second advantage is that the student, if he's working full time from 9 to 5 or 10 to 6 and is a proper employee of an organization, the experience gets counted at the time of final placement. So when he's going for the final placement, it is not that he's just going with a degree of MBA or PGDB or BBA, but he's also having experience of working for 2 years or 1 year, whatever it is. So that helps him in getting a good salary, good designation, good position, and also he can negotiate with the employer in terms of salary, in terms of, because he's having experience, he's a ready to deliver candidate. So that is the second benefit of doing a part-time job. Okay. Now, coming to your third question, that how he can search for a job. So normally what happens that the student, they take admission, they reach there and they get in touch with the placement team over there. The placement team lines up the interviews, sends them for the interviews. If in case if some changes are required in the resume, they even make the changes in the resume and then start lining up or sending the student for the interviews. And once the student gets selected, he can join. Okay. Only thing what is required is that the university has to give a NOC to the student that the university has no objection in the student doing a part-time job or internship. So that letter is given by the placement team itself and they start working over there. Okay. So they have to first take admission, report to the campus. The placement team will help the student with the placement support or opportunity, providing them with the opportunities. Okay. Yes, if the student wants to search for a job on his own, that also he can do. There is no compulsion that you have to depend on the placement team only, but the team is always there to help you and support you for in terms of placement and internship.
Perfect. Now, you said maximum students go for an MBA program, and you have a global MBA, which is a day program.
Yes.
So, how do the student basically get into that? They go for a postgraduate diploma in the first year, and then they transfer to the second year global MBA.
Okay. So for global MBA, the student has to enroll directly to the global MBA program only. But for the other course, which is a normal MBA program, which is MBA evening program, for that the student can enroll for a PGDBA course. Okay. And it's on the choice of the student. If he wants to exit with PGDBA 1-year program, getting a PGDBA degree, and he thinks that this degree is sufficient enough and has landed into a good job, because the placement happens even after a 1-year course also. PGDBA course also will help him in getting a good job. So if he's satisfied with that, no problem. If he thinks that I have done my PGDBA, now I have started working also, I am able to earn, I am having a good career over here, but doing an MBA will further enhance my career, he can enroll for 1 more year, upgrade, that is called, we can upgrade to MBA program, study for 1 more year and get an MBA degree from the university.
Okay, perfect. So the beauty of this is basically the student gets a full-time work experience, which is counted valuable, so that once you are able to develop network in the industry, at the same time you are studying and the course is manageable. And second is basically when you are going for the final placement, you have a work experience in hand. So you know that you already have a job, and if somebody wants to employ you, then he has to at least pay you at least 10-20% higher than what you are getting minimum And so there is a good amount of opportunity that you get through this particular program. Um, the thing is basically what Karen wants to know is basically doing the program, they are allowed to work after the program when they are basically getting into the full the placements. How much year of work permit is allowed after the program? Can you answer that?
Yeah. So during the program, he can work as an he works as an intern doing his internship. He completes his course. After completion of the course, whichever company is offering him a job. Okay. So suppose during the final semester, any XYZ company offers a job to Karen. So that company will, when the company is offering a job, he will also sponsor your visa. If it is in mainland Dubai, it will be for 2 years. If it is in freeland Dubai, it will be for 3 years. So 3 years visa he will do. That company will do for you. Okay. And we also call it company sponsored visa or job visa. So along with the job, the visa will also be offered by the company, and you can you can join that organization on that visa. Okay. Now the question may be that, so is it that I am bound to work for that company for 3 years? No, you're not bound to work. The company will sponsor the visa for 3 years, but you have the option. If you want to switch, even after 1 year, 6 months, whenever you want to switch, you can switch to other company. Again, whichever company will offer you a job, he will offer you a visa. Okay. So it's like it comes in a package. The job and the visa is offered by the company, whichever is offering you a job, they will offer you both the things. Perfect. So that way, as long as you have a job, you have a visa over there, you can stay there for 10 years, 20 years. It's your choice.
Manipal is a premier institute, as you said, it's an eminence, basically institute of eminence that is given by the government. One of the 3 institutes basically who gets this highest prestige award. Now, I understand that you understand the Indian education system. So definitely 15 years of bachelor's, it will be acceptable for MBA and other programs.
Yeah. So now again a good question, and I would like to answer this again. So like in India, we follow the pattern of 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2, or sometimes it's 10 plus 2 plus 4. So as you told, 15 years of formal education is required for MBA. So because in Dubai also we follow the same system. Okay, there also we have our UG program is of 3 years, our BTech is of 4 years like we have in India, and our master's is of 2 years. Whether you do MTech or you do MSc or you do MBA, it is of 2 years. Okay, so same pattern is followed. That is the reason if the student after completing his course from Manipal, Dubai, wants to come back to India also, the degree is very much recognized by UGC because we follow the same pattern. Okay, like in UK, the MBA is of 1 year. So then that mismatch happens, and then you have to go through some other route and take help of those things. But here, it's just like Indian system that we follow in Dubai. We also follow the same 10 plus 2 plus 3 structure.
Perfect. Now, again, it's an Indian institute. So is IELTS required, or you accept Indian English proficiency, whatever the education system is providing us?
Okay. IELTS is not mandatory, right? If the student has IELTS, well and good, but it is not that IELTS is mandatory for our Dubai campus. So without IELTS also, a student can apply. We accept.
Okay. The next question is about the PhD. So you offer PhD in engineering, in management. So, is there any research experience required, or can a student after the master's he has done in India, he can apply for directly a PhD in the Mahe Dubai campus?
So if he has done his master's, okay, then he can apply for it. Okay, but there is a selection criteria which he will have to fulfill. There will be interviews, there will be some assignments given to him on which he has to submit the report and all those things. So there is a criteria that needs to be followed, but he can apply. After completion of his master's, he can apply.
He can directly apply. Okay.
But now you have to go through the selection process.
Right. So this PhD, the student will have to pay the tuition fees.
Yes. Right. They will have to pay the tuition fees.
Okay. So that was informative. Now, a very important point that basically student wants to know is if one wants to apply to Mahe Dubai campus, what are the admission requirements that he has to fulfill for the UG and the master's program?
Okay, so for UG programs, suppose somebody is willing to apply for management program, BBA, for example. So if he is willing to apply for BBA program, first thing is that he should have completed his 10 plus 2 and the percentage of marks which is required is minimum, he should have 60% of marks. Okay. So if he has 60% of marks in his 12th, he is eligible to apply for the program. For BTech courses, it depends on the other criteria as well, like you should have 70% in physics, chemistry, and biology. So that is taken into consideration. But for management programs, you should have 60% in your +2. For master's program, 50% in your graduation is sufficient enough. On the basis of that, you can apply for an MBA course.
Okay.
But for MBA program, we have a personal interview that will be conducted by Dubai campus, by the faculty from Dubai campus. He will do an interview and then you will be selected.
So the admission requirements are the academics percentage, and basically you mentioned about interviews. So these are the two admission parameters for getting admission at the My Dubai campus, right? How many intakes do you have in a year? And
so we have 2 intakes, September and February. September is our main intake, where all the courses are offered right from UG to PG. February intake, we offer mostly the PG programs. UG, some programs which are very much in demand, for example, BBA is a program which is there in demand. So BBA is offered, and BTech evening is offered, but normal BTech is there only for the September drive. Okay. Otherwise, most of the MBA, PG, DBA, supply chain, all these courses are available for both the intakes.
Perfect. So you have 2 intakes in a year. So normally the student asks, by when I should apply? When is there any specific deadline?
Okay, so these scholarship that I mentioned, these are limited. The merit scholarship, though, it's not limited, but the GEO scholarship is limited because it is to support the student. So to a limit only we can support. Okay. So what is required is that the students should try to apply as soon as possible so that they can block their seat. Okay. So by paying a registration fees of 1,680 dirhams, they can register and block their seat. After that, for example, if somebody is right now we are recruiting students for February intake. So by 15th of January, you should complete your fee payment, tuition fees and everything has to be paid, because after 15th of January, we will start filing the visa. So by 15th for the Feb intake, and for September intake, it is by 30th of August, we have to complete all the process.
Okay. So that was my next question. So basically, once a student get admission, first basically, is there an application fee that the student has to pay? And once the student get admission, how much money he has to pay to confirm his admission, to get his visa? And then what is the EMI? Does the university offers the payment system where they can pay in monthly installments? How does it work?
Okay, so we do offer this installment payment option to the student. The student has the option to pay the fees of 1 year in one shot, or he can pay it in 2 installments. That is semester wise he can pay. So the first installment will be, for example, suppose his fee is 29,400 for MBA after scholarship. So he will have to pay 14,700 for the first semester and 14,700 for the second semester. Okay, so the tuition fees can be paid in 2 installments. And in the first semester, along with his tuition fees, the student is required to pay the visa fees and the registration fees. So registration fees, anyways, he will pay at the beginning itself, and then the visa charges he has to pay. So the tuition fees and the visa charges need to be paid to get the visa.
Okay. So, when you're talking about finance, one question that the student normally, the Indian students has is, sir, I'm okay with paying, let's say 14,750 AEDs. Okay. I will be going there, getting a job. Will I be able to cover up my second year cost by working there, or will I be able to basically earn more so that I can cover my entire cost of education later?
So when the student starts working over there during his studies, doing internship, so during internship, normally the student gets paid close to 3,000 to 6,000 dirhams. Okay. 3,000 to 6,000 dirham is what the student gets paid. Somebody gets 4,000, somebody gets 5,000, somebody gets 3,500, somebody gets 3,000 only. On an average, I'm saying. Okay, so the range is between 3,000 to 6,000. If somebody has got previous experience of working, has got good qualification, is having a proper work experiences there, he may get good. But the freshers normally they get 3,000, 3,500. Considering 3,000 only, that he is getting only 3,000 dirham per month at the time of joining or initial stages of his job. Okay. if he get 3,000 only, so in a year he will be earning close to 36,000 dirhams, right? Roughly, I can say 36,000. 36,000 is sufficient enough to meet up his expenses of living, because if he is staying in the hostel also, hostel fees after scholarship will be around 18,000 dirham per year. So 1.5 thousand per month he has to pay, right? So if he's getting 3,000 or 1,500, he will be paying for the hostel. Balance 1,500 he can save and use it to pay his tuition fees, right? After 1 year, of course, his salary will increase. Within 6 months also he can switch and get his salary increased. So that way, if you see, in a year, 50% of his tuition fees, so he can pay. Apart from bearing his expenses of living over there, 50% of his tuition fees he can pay on his own.
Fine. Okay, that's good. So definitely, that means 50% of the cost can be covered through the work experience, and only you will have to bear 50% of the cost. Second is there could be good number of Indians who have relatives in Dubai, who have the uncle, aunties working in Dubai there basically. So if they can manage the accommodation and living, then probably you will be able to pay the entire tuition fee. Am I right?
100% they can.
Right. Okay. So that's a good where you can take education from an Indian in college which is accredited, reputed, and acceptable worldwide. Even in India, you can come back and work, or you can work in Dubai, or one more thing that I wanted to want to ask you is, when you are talking about Dubai, you are talking about UAE. So
Yes.
how much basically the student has exposure to other UAE countries? Are they able to find jobs, or how is it?
Okay, so though we talk Dubai, but as you said, it's not only Dubai, but we are talking about the UAE, entire UAE, and the students, they get placed in Sharjah, they get placed in Al Azman. Okay, so in other provinces of UAE, the students get placed, and even after staying in those locations, they can easily move down to other locations as well. What I mean to say is, suppose somebody is staying in Dubai, okay, and he gets a job in Sharjah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, that also happens many of the times. Okay, so from Dubai going to Sharjah, though there are two different cities, but it takes not more than 1.5 hours. Many of our employees stay of the university, they stay in Sharjah. Okay, so that way the student work in different areas of UAE. It's not that only Dubai only they will be working, but yes, most of the students they get placed in Dubai, because Dubai has got more opportunities compared to other locations.
Okay.
But your placement may happen in other parts as well of the UAE.
Is there an application fee by any chance? The student needs to pay any application fee upfront?
So initially for applying, he is not supposed to pay in. If there is an application form that the student needs to fill and submit all the documents, scan copy of the documents along with that. Based on that, the academic team evaluates the document and the offer letter is issued. Once the offer letter is issued and the student wants to accept the offer, then he has to pay the registration and application fee together, which is 1680 dirhams.
Okay, fine. That was a lot of information. Thank you, Prabhat, for answering all those questions. Any final thing that you want to tell to our students why they should apply, and anything more tips that you want to share? That's the final one.
Okay, so at last, what I would like to share is that, it's always good to explore the things. Okay, so it's not that they should blindly follow. If somebody has gone to any particular country and you have heard that he has gone to that country, it should not be that you also start following the same. You should look at all the good and valuable things that you're going to get in that particular country, and what are the drawbacks, or what are the areas where somebody can get stuck while thinking of making his career in that particular country. So it's always good to do a proper research before moving to a country. Like, as I told about Dubai, so many things. So you can also do your research work, because it's not that you should only believe what I'm saying, but I'm sure you will find all those things what I said to be true. And Dubai has got too much of potential or opportunities, or it's coming up as a education and employment hub because of the opportunities available over there. Today you will see a lot of universities, they are shifting there, or they're having their second campus in Dubai. all the foreign universities. You name the foreign universities, for example, Harvard University or Middlesex University. Why they are moving on to Dubai or having their second campus in Dubai? The reason is that getting the visa, getting job opportunities, the career opportunities which are available in Dubai are huge. That is the reason. Suppose somebody gets a 2 years stay back in UK, but what is the use of that 2 years of stay back in UK if you are not getting a job? What you will do for 2 years, right?
Right.
So people hear about 2 years of stay back in UK, but they are not looking deep, going deeper to understand that what you are going to do for 2 years. If you don't get a job, how you'll survive over there for 2 years? What is the use of that 2 years stay back?
True.
Which is not the case in Dubai. Dubai has a different kind of what we call the culture, the environment, the job opportunities which are there in Dubai are much better compared to many other countries. So this is what I would like to say, that the students should think about it, evaluate the decision, and then move ahead.
Perfect. Wonderful. So all students who want to apply to a premier institute like Manipal, its Dubai campus is available for students, international students from India. They can apply. They have 2 intakes and they have a lot of programs. They have evening programs as well, where you can work during the day full time and then you can attend this evening program. You will be able to manage your budget as well. They have merit-based scholarship, which is 30%, and they have need-based scholarship, which is 20%. So you can apply to this scholarship. The earlier you apply, the better your chances. And I'm sure many of you would like to apply, would like to take this opportunity. And thank you, Prabhat, once again for answering all those questions. That was wonderful.